Hold on, rapaz. Hold on.
Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped. And I'm only 23. I'm the shit now. Look at me, look at. Woo! Woo! Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new shit. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do shit. Cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped. And I'm only 23, I'm the shit now. Look at me, look at me. I'm a boss like my nigga Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that bitch like no way. Cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. Bitch, I'm a boss. I call a shot. I'm with the murder team. Call a cop. We in the building. Y'all are not. You showing the paper, you gon' ball or not. Bitch, I'm a boss. Bitch, I'm a boss. I play the shots. I call the calls. We in this bitch. It's going down. Yeah, and the king that with my motherfucking crown. Bitch, I'm a boss. 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 I play the shots. I call the calls. Yeah. Hey.
Got so many shades, they thought I had a lazy eye. Shorty roll me smooth as my Mercedes ride. No love, cry when only babies die. And when I go, that casket better cost 100,000. I pray to God I look my killer in his eyes. Snatch his soul out his shirt, just take him for that ride. OG is one who's standing on his own feet. A boss is one who guarantee we gon' meet. Fuck a blog dog, cause one day we gon' meet. I'ma spaz on your ass like I'm on knee. Or a double stack, better nigga, double that. Jerry Jones money, nigga, you a running back. Herschel Walker, Bo Jack, Ricky Waters better run that dope back. Boss, and I put that on my Maybach. 400 down, bitch, you wish you saved
Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
I play the shots. I call the calls. We in this bitch. It's going down. Yeah, and the king that with my motherfucking crown. Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
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 I play the shots. I call the calls. Yeah. Couple cars I don't never drive. Bikes I don't never ride. Crib I ain't never been. Pool I don't never swim. Fool, you ain't better than I move like the president. Everything black on black. You know I be strapping that. Ratting ass niggas walking around wearing wires. Fucking up the game, got the hood on fire. Bitch, I'm a king. Call me sire. You say I don't run my city, you a motherfucking liar. I'm a boss. You a fraud. You cross the line, I get you murdered for a call. Murder. Out in Vegas. I took a loss. At the fight, we watching floor. We on the floor. Yeah. Scared money don't make no money. If I ever go broke, I'ma take your money. I ain't never drop a dime. You ain't take nothing from me in the hood every day. Bitch, I'm good. What I say? Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
I play the shots. I call the calls. We in this bitch. It's going down. Yeah, and the king that with my motherfucking crown. Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
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 Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a
How everybody doing? How everybody doing? We here today. Today's topic we're gonna be discussing is gonna be financial literacy. We have a special guest with us. Her name is Davida. I pronounced that right?
Yes.
All right. As usual, we got Faith. Today's topic, like I said, is financial literacy. We want to bring it to y'all, to help y'all discuss some issues, like as far as getting your credit right, budgeting, I guess like wills and all different things, dealing with financial literacy to, I feel as though to help us put us in a better situation of organizing our lives. And I feel as though this topic is it's a great topic to get people situated in their lives because some people don't care about their credits and they don't care about wills, they don't care about getting things organized in your life with though. You need a lot of it to move forward in your life, and it's everything's to me when it comes to financial literacy. It sets you up in life to do a lot more. So what do you got to say, Faith? Yeah, we're gonna bring it to her. Sorry.
Yes. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Well, basically, we want to cover financial literacy, which is your income, assets, expenses, and liability. So tonight we're going to learn about those things and how to manage those things so we can become financially comfortable. So we have Davita here. She's the consultant.
Let her introduce herself.
Because she got many titles.
Go ahead, Davita. Bring yourself in.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Davita Dennis. I'm 24 years old, and I am a board certified credit consultant. So what I do is I help people establish good credit. So if you're a person with no credit, I help you to get on a track to build credit. Or if you're a person with credit, and you need just a little more help to, build your score and get a clean credit report, that's where I come in at.
Okay. And I guess a lot of people might, I guess the first question a lot of people may have is, okay, to you, Davita, what is what is the first step into, I guess, getting my credit together?
So the first step is getting access to your credit report.
Okay.
You need to know what's on there because that reflects what your credit score is. Mm-hmm. So you can do that by going on my, it's called myfreeannualcreditreport.com, and usually you could get your report once a year for free, but during this pandemic you can get it for once a week for free.
Oh, I didn't know that. They give it once a week now?
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Oh, so that's even better. So you can really track it. This is what I say, if you want to be serious about it and getting your credit and, your financial things in order, I believe this pandemic right now gives you a lot of different avenues to dispute things. Yeah. Because, right now, no one's financially stable. So you can say, oh, I ain't got it right now. And then they're going to take what they can get on certain disputes and stuff. Am I wrong, or would you agree with that?
I feel like the pandemic, it opened up a lot of doors. So
okay.
This is a good time. You have more access to your credit reports. And the credit bureaus are actually a little more lenient now because of the pandemic. Whereas before, if you missed a payment or on your credit card or whatever you have, you'll be penalized for it. But now they're understanding of this pandemic and the time that we're in. So
okay.
It's a good time to start.
Someone came in and said, what's the topic for tonight? The topic tonight is financial literacy. We discussed financial literacy. And like I said, we had Davita. Davita, right?
Yes.
Davita here, and she's a credit repair, if I'm not mistaken. Other things she dealt with as well. But this is our special guest. So somebody left a comment up there. What's the topic tonight? Financial literacy. But yeah, right now in the pandemic, I heard a lot of things. But as far as if you can't pay, they are kind of like you said, lenient. Yeah. With the credit bureaus and everything, even down to the fact they're not penalizing you for late things and everything. Depending, am I correct?
Of course, you still have to make payments, but they are extending the time where, you have to let's say you missed a payment. Mm-hmm. They're being really lenient. Even, let me just stay here. So yeah, they're being really lenient with it, meaning they're giving additional time. They're adding on time, being understanding of people's financial situations due to people losing their jobs and things like that.
So far as say if you have old disputes, let's say you got old disputes on your credit right now, is it an easier time to probably handle those two, being with the pandemic, or is this just for current, far as if you're running late or current situations?
It applies to all situations. So
okay.
Old, new, it applies to everything.
Okay.
Okay. So I want us to cover what is financial literacy, because some people are clueless. because I feel as though we should have been taught this at a very young age. A lot of wealthy families, they teach their kids financial literacy at at a young age. And with us, the poor, we kind of passed on the opposite of bad habits with finances. So basically, the financial literacy checklist is number one is maximizing earning through a budget. Two, save and build assets. Three, put together a diverse financial plan. And four, limit expenses and liability. Okay, so you know what earning is. Income is. Income is the money that you receive for your labor. Now, most people get income from giving up their time in return of money, which is called a job. And you have other people that have assets that pays their expenses. That's where we want to be. That's where all of us want to be. That we're not using our money to buy things to pay for our expenses. We want our assets to pay for
Assets can be in the form of real estate. It can be some
expenses.
businesses. It can be assets. Can be in.
Yeah, I'm gonna break it down.
Okay,
the difference of access and and so forth.
Right.
So here we go. The difference, okay, assets is things that bring money. So if you own a home and you own a car, they only assets if they paid off. If they not paid off, it's liability, which means those things that can be paid off. And expenses is things that can't be paid off, such as groceries and things like that. You can't pay them things off, but those things that you have to pay monthly. So those are called expenses. Assets is called things that bring you money, and liability is things that you can be paid off, but it's not. So you want to minimize your expenses and your liability.
Okay, because I don't know. Some people might get confused from your examples you just gave of the car and the house, because I guess matter of fact you said they paid off.
I explained it. If it's not paid off, it's a liability. Your house, your car.
But your house can still be assets, even though assets, if it's not paid off in a sense.
Only if it's bringing you income. Assets is only money.
Okay, you're right. That's
bringing you bread. Anything you dish out is an expense or a liability.
Even when you're dealing with a multi-family home.
Yeah, even now then it becomes an asset.
Okay.
Then it becomes an asset. If you get income, asset.
Right.
Well, with an S at the end, I got a little speech problem. He trying to be funny.
Yeah.
But you guys know what it means. And basically, the goal is to minimize your liability and your expenses. So basically, say you take your whole paycheck. You what you do is you write down all of your expenses, which is your bills, your light, your gas. Those are the main things that have to be paid, or whatever. So that's 50%. We're gonna say that goes towards your bills. Then the other half of your check, 30%, supposed to go to debt, like with the debt that you owe, and savings. And the other 20% supposed to go basically is for like your shopping, your entertainment, and things like that. Now, if you're not able to do that with your paycheck, that means you need more income. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So things to get more income, you start a new business, or you get a better paying job. I'm just gonna be blunt with y'all. You have to get more money. My damn.
Go ahead.
You said it. But you have to get more money if you're not able to pay your bills, save, pay your debt, and also have money for your expenses. So that means you have to get more money coming in. And there's many ways for you to do that. You have to basically figure out what you're good at, your God-given talent, to bring that extra money in, because it'll be beneficial for you later. Your goal is to own assets. So say you want a new car, right? And now you see the payment's $500 a month. So now you have to get an asset that can bring in $500 a month, so you won't use your own money. That'll be paying for your new car. See, the poor do it backwards. They pay their bills, and then with all the extra money that they have, they spend it, and they don't know where it's going, clothes or whatever.
So the basic thing is, and I feel as though, like, this whole topic of financial literacy is, and we got Davida here, like, to discuss, how people can be put in a better situation to get financially free in a sense. Like, when I say free, I mean, like, we wanna get in a position in life where though, like Faith was saying, our assets. We have so many assets where though we not working no more. Like our assets are taking care of our daily needs, whether it's rent, cars, whatever. You want to get to that point where though your assets are taking care of your livelihood, and you as well are able to put up money off of your assets. This is what the rich do. The rich don't work. They live off their assets. I feel as though us as minorities, we rush into some things far as we create a lot of debt, and the debt is what keeps us in the rat race. If we hold off on certain things, far as they say, let's hold off on getting a single family home and let's get a multi-family home. Let's hold off on getting a car, just get something to get around. We don't need the Mercedes. We don't need the expensive cars. Let's hold off on that. With though, we can take this money and put it into something that's going to be an asset long term and create the money for us to not, have to be going and being in debt.
Yeah, basically, you want to spend your money on things that gonna make you money.
Yeah.
That's the goal. If you do have to spend money, make sure it's something that's gonna bring you money. You turn it into an asset.
Okay.
Like what she was saying.
Yeah. So now, what would be your advice to people, Davida, to going about, trying to build their first and foremost, I believe it starts with your credit. Even though most people believe when you're coming off of your personal credit and the business credit, it's two different things. Like, it's two different things. But what would be your advice to someone who's trying to come into that situation of getting into the asset thing, or building themselves to create assets? What would be your advice or first steps into that avenue?
Well, I think you said the first step in building assets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would say the first step is basically saving money.
Make your
money.
have to.
Yes, make your money work for you.
Yeah.
For example, there's a thing called a CD account,
Mm-hmm.
and I know we all have check-ins and savings accounts,
Yeah.
but a CD account is actually where you put your savings in it, right? And you make on-time payments every month in that account. So, for example, let's say you start off with $500 that you put in your CD account. Every month, you're required to put a certain amount, and it's up to you if you want to put 25, 30, however much. You have a due date every month to put that amount in your savings account, and it actually helps to build your credit. So,
Okay.
it's it
I know about
encourages you
that.
more to save because you don't want to miss a payment. Because
Yeah.
that's going to mess your credit up.
Yeah.
So I feel like it gives you more of a reason to save.
And what's this called? You said a CD account.
A CD account.
Okay, so
Okay,
that
so you guys, to make sure y'all check that out.
so
I
like
am.
on an average, I guess I'm trying to phrase this question. On average, so in that particular situation, how long, say a person, let's say for example, a person's score is a 500-600, and they like, what would be a good time frame? I know every situation is going to be different because whatever you may have on your credit, but let's say in a 6 month span, and doing it that way, what's possibly a person credit score can improve doing it, something like that?
So everyone's the scoring module is different. So
Okay.
I can't give like a specific number, but I will say in 6 months that's a long time. And with doing that, with making on time payments, your scores can go anywhere between 100 or more.
Oh wow.
50. You know what? I want to. 50 to 100 points. I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, she said, somebody said talk louder.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, but yeah, no. In 6 months, 50 to 100. That's good. I don't know like I said, depending where you're coming from, depending on your situation, on your score. Like she said, that's another thing. People don't understand. You have it's a Vantage 3.0, and it's
So it's
a module scale they use.
It's a Vantage score and a FICO.
I got you.
Honestly, the Vantage score is no point of it, in my opinion, because that's like an estimate. So I know everyone knows of Credit Karma. That's what they use. That's why it's free. It's a Vantage score.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's their estimate. They basically analyze your credit reports and they come up with an estimate of your score.
Oh, okay.
So Vantage is not accurate. Everyone wants to pay attention to their FICO score. That's what lenders look at. So when you want to buy a home or buy a car or a business loan, any type of loan, they look at your FICO, not your Vantage.
Okay.
So what I have learned, the first step of getting assets that Munchie was saying to her is definitely your savings. We was always taught you save for a rainy day, but that's not the case. You save to build your assets. So say if I'm saving this year, so next year all my savings is going to go into me buying something that's going to bring me money. You don't just have your money just sitting here and not doing anything with it. You have to make your money work for you to build different means streams of income. You know what I'm saying? So basically, say you have to. Now this is what you want to do. You have to take a piece of your check out before you pay bills or anything. Basically, like paying yourself. That you don't touch. You pay yourself automatically from your checking account on payday. That go to you. If you need more money after you done figured out your bills and everything, and your income not covering everything, and including your expenses, that means you need more money. So you have to first work on that. So now, once you do that, you have enough money to save, because you have to have enough money to save, to put away something. So you have to make that happen for yourself. Now, once you do that, the next year come, that money that you saved up, you go use that to build your assets, to get something that's going to bring you revenue.
Okay, I got a question right there. Somebody said, "Question: Why not bank from who insured your bank? Doing research, the bank's making money, but if you go directly, so I guess what that question is asking is like, why not go directly to who's ever insuring? Say for example, you got Wells Fargo. Let's say for example, then I guess they saying that question is go to whoever's insuring Wells Fargo, and bank with them. If I'm not mistaken, basically cutting the middleman out.
Yeah, basically. So instead of the bank make money off of you, you go, I guess, to the
Yeah, who's ever
right
insuring
person.
Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
I mean, I never heard of that.
Something, so you know.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
I
That's
didn't either.
That's a good.
yeah,
That's a good.
but that's a good question.
basically.
And I don't know. I guess we would have to look that up. But that's a good question, and I don't know if it's possible. I don't know who. Say for example, like I don't know who's insuring Wells Fargo, for example, or Bank of America. But if you can go through them, you know. But then you got to stay. It may be stipulations and everything. You know, I don't know. But that's a great question. I'm gonna have to look into that one because they insuring them. But I think is the government insuring funding them or insuring their money? Because I know a certain amount of under the FDIC, like somebody just said, they insuring their money. So it's like the government in a sense is funding them. So I don't know if we can go straight to the government, but that's a good question. So whoever asked that question, because I can't see the name, but that's a good question. But like I said, and then someone else said FDIC. But the FDIC, if I'm not mistaken, they only secure up to a certain amount. Let's say somebody got suggesting stocks, crypto can be a great form of passive income, but remember it can be a risk. Now, that's definitely a risk. Anytime you play with the stock market, whether it's crypto, stocks, me personally, and it's just my personal opinion.
It's a gamble.
No, it's a gamble. But my personal opinion is this. If you have a savings, you got a saving account in a bank, for example, and you just letting that money sit. Say, for example, you got $1,000 in your saving account. If that money sits in your saving account for a year, you're not, by the time they give you the what is it called? The money you earned off of that in that year, it might be $1. If that, might be 50 cents for that whole year from your $1,000 sitting in your savings account. Versus if you do your research and go into the stock market, cryptos, whatever, like I said, it's a risk, but you would 4 times over your money, that $1,000 in a year, and then messing with the bank and the interest they're gonna give you, which, like I said, $1,000 you might get $5, $2 interest off the year. And me personally, I'm gonna take my $1,000 and go into the stock, and before I go into it, I'm going to it educated. When I say educated, I'm gonna do my research on a stock or a crypto, and I'm going to invest in that stock. I'm not letting my $1,000 sit there and get $1 that the bank done took in my $1,000, somebody else's $1,000, and they done made millions off of mine. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to take my $1,000 and I'm going to play in the stock market with it. Is it a risk? Yes, it's a risk. You understand what I'm saying? But I think that risk, to me, versus saying that taking that $1,000 in that year and I can see $6,000, $7,000. You understand what I'm saying? And it's more than that, because depending on how you're playing, what avenue you're playing, what stock you're playing with, you can make more than that. Now, like I said, the stock market, crypto, is going to have its ups and downs. But me, I believe overall, long term, in that situation, you're going to come out at the end of the year more than you had your money sitting there. So that's just my personal opinion. I ain't letting my $1,000 and nothing sitting in no savings account. I ain't getting no interest.
You got to
off.
make your money work for you, definitely.
Yeah.
To chime in, so stocks, you're right about that, because Cash App also has a section where it's a stock market, basically.
Yeah.
And you can invest in different companies like Nike, Facebook, whoever you feel is comfortable and who is a legit company that you will make money back from. I actually did it. I started about 2 months ago. I invested in Nike, Facebook,
Yeah,
Apple.
I seen that.
And of course it goes up and down, but
True.
when it goes down, it's like maybe change, like maybe
Exactly.
20 cents, 10 cents,
Like,
and I feel like if you feel like it's a risk, like if you put your money in something and you see that it's going down every day, you could always just take it back.
and just take it out.
So-
Like she said, I was on Cash App. And I'm gonna tell you, like, this was like last June or something, for example. I put $200 into Bitcoin. Let's say last June, somewhere around that. Previous June, not June just passed, the previous June. I put $200 in there. Now you know that $200 by, let's say, I think it was like January, February. That $200 was at $1,000. You know, it went down because by the time it went down like January, February. It went down 800, whatever. But then I pulled it out. But it was like, okay, that was like 6-7 months, whatever, give or take. I made that money, that $200 sitting in that bank
Wasn't going to bring nothing.
wasn't going to bring me that money. You understand what I'm saying? And when I put the 200 in there, I put it in there. I was like, okay, if I lose it, I lose it, you know. But I gain. You understand what I'm saying? And then from that approach, I started looking at things differently. Like, you know, it's like the bank, not this, and in your savings account. Because I'm saying, mind you, your savings account is money that's just going to sit there, and then you're not going to do nothing with it because this is your savings. Like I said, you have to do research. I'm not telling anybody going in without doing research because you can lose it. But to me, it's a greater reward in the stocks. That's just my opinion.
Okay, I definitely want to cover this part. Before you could even the part of saving to get the assets, you have to save your money. Now you could save money that you've been spending that you don't know where it go. So I took the liberty of writing down how much I pay for cable. I pay $230 a month for cable. It's been aggravating me. You know, I need my cable, so I pay it, of course. But when I added it up for the whole year, it was like $3,000 and some change. Now that could have been in my savings. That could have went towards me, you know, buying something, as well as if you smoke cigarettes, $10 a day, that's $3,600 a year. $3,600 a year that you could really save. So you start with what you could eliminate out of your expenses, things that you really don't really need, and you do this for yourself. You know, and then you'll be helping yourself. You quit the cigarettes. You get just internet and watch Hulu or whatever, because that's what I'm about to do. Because now I feel like I'm just getting schemed. Like I could use that money to go somewhere else to add with the money that I really was saving. I'm wasting money. If you don't have financial literacy, you're wasting money. You're wasting money.
It's definitely a thing where you get to a budget in your money, cutting out things that's unnecessary in your daily life. Like she said, for example, the cable thing, and right now I'm on the verge of cutting mine. If you get the cable, you get the best internet service they got. You stream things. I even had a friend of mine. She told me like they do was though they got family members that they go grab this. You might grab the for example, Showtime. You might grab the Netflix, and we share each other's codes. And this way, like this member's responsible for that. But it's like we all got access to all these channels. This is just different ways of how you network.
I want a piece of that pie because it's just
because the cable, like the
we
cable
don't
thing, is just
TV that much for it to be $230 a month. I could definitely save that up. And
somebody said I eliminated travel unless I'm booked. No, I mean it's all different ways. It's budgeting, and when you get to saving, you finding ways to save your money to, like I said, eventually be getting to the somewhere where that money you save can be used to turn into an asset. You know, it's all about trying to become financial free, so where you can live comfortably. Everybody wants to sit back and live like, the rich people, where though their money is working for them and not necessarily you working for your money.
That's the difference, because the poor people, y'all using your income. Y'all using the money that comes in to go get to spend on shopping or whatever you choose to do, the movies, takeout, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the wealthy don't touch their money for nothing. Anything they want. Even if they take a jet and rent a hotel in another country for a week, is all written off as business expenses. They do not pay for it because they assets. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really simple. It's really simple. So basically, you have to just budget your money, stop wasting money, and invest.
No, that's smart. But now I want to get the Vita. Like now with this credit thing, I'm a big advocate of credit cards and all this and credit. I think a lot of people don't understand, like say when you get the credit cards and all this thing, like they don't understand like that. You only supposed to use 30 to 40% of your credit, like
Right.
like your credit card, because somebody say for example somebody get a credit card and they say okay we can give you a $3,000 limit. That doesn't mean you go and max that out because now that hurts your credit, But go ahead, I'll let you talk. Like
So yes, I feel like a lot of people don't know how to use credit cards.
Yeah.
So throughout the month, of course, it's important to use your credit card. Some people think they shouldn't use it, and that actually doesn't help your score. If anything, it hurts it. Actually, the banks will actually close the credit account if you don't use the card at all. So that's one. But like you said, with the 30%, yes. So for example, I have a secure credit card from Capital One, and my limit is 200.
Yeah.
So throughout the month, I only use about half of it, so about $100 of it. But what I do is, and if I do max the card out, I make sure that before the due date, I pay it down.
true.
Now, don't pay it in full. So my limit's 200. By the time I due date, I'm going to pay it down to 198. So it reports that
Yeah.
I did use the card for the month, and it looks like I only spent $2.
Yeah.
Right, and that makes me look responsible, and
Yeah.
that builds your score. That builds your credit. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm in control. I have read that that you don't supposed to even if you use your credit card, you pay it off like 2 days, 3 days later, like, and that builds it like rapidly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, some people do that, and it's not that you have to. Like, you need to make sure you pay it before your due date. So you don't have to necessarily pay it 2 days later. You can, because I think it's better to do that in case you forget. Like, oh, I got to pay my credit card. You just pay it as you go, because your credit card is basically replacing your actual money you were going to
Yeah,
use.
that's
Yeah.
how I look at it. I look at it
as a loan.
like if I use my card, I got the cash on me
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
So then I go and I pay it off immediately, and that
Like-
makes it go up.
Like me, I'm like me personally, I always I mostly try to stay within that 30% rule. Like I said, if I got 3,000 credit limits, for example, I'm not going no more than what's 30% of 300, like 900, somewhere around there. I try to stay in that frame, because I know it doesn't really affect you. Now, what people don't understand is now if you had a credit card for a while and you've been on time payment. Now, hold on, let me backtrack for a second. People don't understand. Okay, your credit score. This is just my opinion. Like Davida, she can back me up if I'm right or wrong. Your credit score is good, and your number sometimes doesn't necessarily reflect what you may be actually got going on with your credit. Meaning, like, say for example, you got a 700 credit score, but you don't have a payment history behind it. Your credit score, that 700 score, is not necessarily legit because most loan officer people, whether it's car houses, they're looking at your payment history.
Yeah, that's true.
They're looking at your payment history because, like I said, a person can have a 700, 710 score, but they only got, like I say, a year payment history. And they're like, okay, well, you're good, but you're not as good as a person with a 710 with a 7-year credit payment history. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah,
On-time payments is key.
yeah, I'm
And
excellent.
it makes up a big part of your credit score.
You check
You
my
know,
credit score.
so
it
you
says
gotta
excellent
start
on
that.
payment. I get a direct deposit. Take your money from the door, so I don't.
Yeah,
be late.
and I be thinking that's the best way.
Yeah,
If
everything, take it.
like, see me personally, I don't like people going to my account. I pay you when I pay you because if it ever get rough, you might not get paid. Saying nah, but that's just me. I don't like what's that called? Automatic
Yeah, I
automatic
like
stuff.
that. I like it.
It's, but I would tell you, if that works for a lot of people, and that works for getting your scores together, because you won't miss being late. Because a late payment will hurt you. Like a late payment will set your credit score back 30, 40 points, and you be like, whoa, one late payment, yeah, and it's hard. It takes the time to come off your credit, But that's how you do. Like, and I tell people when you want to build your score too, with a credit card or something, far as you take. Let's for example, you got a cell phone bill. You're gonna pay a cell phone bill every month. Put that on your credit card and go back and pay it a week or two later. That's a payment history. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you do. Certain bills you're going to pay every month, put it on your credit card and then pay it. That's going to build it. That's
They
going to build
basically
you.
saying like get rid of debit. Like don't use your debit. Use your credit, and then basically you be using their money. That's how it goes.
No,
Use
true.
their money.
Now,
Yeah, because-
go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So yeah, that's true about debit. Debit really has no like it has no value, like
To help
towards
you.
it doesn't
Yeah.
help you any. You know, of course, it's your bank account is what's
It's
holding your
basically
money.
like cash.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cash, but the difference between debit and credit is actually your money that's working for you. You know, it's
Yeah.
your money that is helping you build your credit. It's helping you. It even can help with you making on-time payments. You can get a credit increase.
Yeah.
And debit is just money. Is your money, but it's not doing anything for you. It's just
Nope, it's
your
not
money.
working for you at all.
Can't do nothing with it.
Like I seen a guy who was on the Facebook. He was talking about the debit and the credit card thing, and his whole thing was something like you said, like in a sense, he said like let's say for example you got a dispute of with your debit card that you got a fraudulent something versus you got a fraudulent credit card. With your credit card, your money is secure. They secure your money up to a certain amount. With a debit card, let's say for example you call your credit card. It's like, oh, somebody, I didn't order this or whatever, yada yada, and they dispute it. They're gonna refund you that money ASAP. Versus your debit, oh, it's gonna take 30 days or something to put your money back into your account. You understand what I'm saying? Meanwhile, your money, that's your money that's on hold. Versus your credit card, that's not necessarily your money. You understand what I'm saying? And you're not even responsible for paying that back until we resolve that dispute. It's a big difference. I got credit money on hold, basically, which is loan money, and I got my money on hold. When it's a dispute going on. So I look at it from that point. I'd rather have their money on hold than have my money on hold for a dispute that I know ain't got nothing going on. Now, say for example, I made a purchase of $300. Okay, the credit people, 9 times out of 10, like I said, they cover up to a certain amount depending on your credit card and everything. That debit, that's your cash that came out of your account, and it's not going back into there until we resolve this. So you got to understand that too. You're playing with two different types of money, two different things. And like I said, I rather pay with that credit, Now, and everybody understand when you're dealing with credit, it's definitely a thing of discipline because sometimes you get in that phase. I want to go shopping. I got a $5,000 limit on here. I got a $3,000 limit on here. Yada. But mind you, you gotta pay it back.
Yes, exactly.
You gotta pay it back. And the thing with credit cards are, the more money you put on them, the more money you use on them, they hitting you with interest. A lot of times, the interest be like 24.99, 22%, 99, and that's high. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta stay on that because, like I say, now they're hitting you with these interests, and that's how they make their money. They want you to use it. You know what I'm saying? They want you to do that because now you're gonna pay back that money with the interest. That's why they say whatever your minimum payment is, you want to pay more than your minimum. Right? That's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I want anybody want to call in to ask a question or give an opinion or they experience in any area, you're more than welcome. But I want to know, like, what did you guys going to do since we gave you the information? Or do you want to be financially comfortable? And it starts with you. You are in control of your future. You are in control of your income. If you at rock bottom right now, and you have to find something to bring in more income. You can't sit there and just, okay, I'm just gonna be done, unless that's what you want to do, which I'm sure that's not what you want to do. So today, those that are working, if you're not working, first step, go get a job. Secondly, those that are working,
hold on.
or start your own business. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me say because
I'd rather that. I would rather you start your own business.
That's part of financial freedom.
Yeah. That's definitely, and especially parents. We was taught to go to college and get a good job, and basically that's just gonna have to, or that good job is just gonna pay those student loans off.
But
you should be going to college to have your own business.
Now, I don't mean to cut you off, but now that whole thing of college is a big debt setter, and people are behind on. People sometimes going to college, they got $200,000 from the door coming out with debt, and I'm not knocking that. Depending on your profession,
those only for people for like doctors.
But you're starting
lawyers.
out in a heavy debt, and I would say if possible, you go into that if you don't have to go to college and you can get into a trade thing or whatever. Me personally go there because you're not creating that big debt of coming out of college and have all that heavy debt.
They put in our head, college, but you go to college and you're going to make this good money for somebody else's company. You're going to college to get this good job that's paying decent money to make somebody else rich, though. You don't think you should go to college to make yourself rich? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be paying back the student loan most of the rest of your life from going to college to get that good job. or a decent paying job, and you need
Yeah.
more than one income these days. So you don't want to teach your children that. You don't want your children to go to college and work for no one. You want your child to unless they're
I'm
a
not.
doctor or a lawyer,
I'm not even
they
saying.
getting that real bread.
I'm not even saying from the standpoint of working for someone. I'm saying it from the standpoint of the debt you just
No,
created
but I'm
yourself.
saying you gonna have a debt, but it'll be worth it if I'm getting that bread and I can pay that debt that first year I'm at work. If I'm a doctor,
I
if
guess
I'm a
so.
lawyer, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but-
Then it was worth it. But
Yeah.
it's not worth it. You're doing all them years in college, and now the money that you're making it go to them.
That's what somebody said. Most
No.
college students don't make what you think get out of
Yeah,
college, and that's
exactly.
true. They not making. That's what I'm saying. The first year or two, someone ain't even find a job, but they got to pay back these loans. That's why I just say like if you can avoid going to college, which I don't know, doctors, lawyers, you got to do a certain amount of years of college and schooling. So it
And
may
that's
be
beneficial though.
yeah, but it may not necessarily be a way around going to college. But for anything else, some things, or you want to find another thing to get into that's gonna make some money, because if you're sitting off with a $200,000 debt, you start out with a house debt. Now you still got like I don't know.
And a little advice: anybody that has a special skill, something God gave everybody a gift. If you use your God given gift, it will work for you. You know what I'm saying? If you just good at it for no reason, you didn't take up no special nothing. You just that good in it. I don't care if it's music, if it's poetry, a writer like myself, or what I'm saying. If whatever it is, you have to use your gift to make it work for you, because that's what you're gonna be happy at. You're good at it. It's easy, and it's gonna bring bread. Basically, that's the whole object of everything, is to bring in that money so you could be comfortable. Because one day you're gonna retire, and that's when it's gonna count. If you don't have that bread like that, you're gonna be check to check every month, worked your whole life slaved for nothing,
No, yeah.
and not leaving your children anything, and you're not teaching your kids anything by not having financial literacy. You have to teach your kids this. We learned late, fine, but we don't have to let our kids suffer from what we been through. You know what I'm saying? All y'all that's watching, if y'all got teens, if y'all have young adults, they should be watching, and you check them as a parent. Even if they grown, tell them what you heard or whatever, and put up at least $125 a week out they check.
If
they
they
don't
can.
touch. If
But
they
you
can.
gotta understand, some people are strapped for cash.
But when it's for you, that's my whole point. When it's for you, you gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have enough money to do that, then that means go get more money, get a better job, or if the job that you at, give your all, make yourself valuable so you could get more money. Like I've been in that situation. I started off with a little bit of nothing, and so I sorted my boss problem. She wanted to pay me more because I was excellent at what I did, but she had to pay other staff. She was short staffed. Da, da, da. I went to the Work First program, and I spoke to someone, and they gave us people. I went out there and I got them. They gave us people that they paid to work for her, work for us, because I was doing the hiring, but it was her business though. I was just in charge. But anyway, that was free labor for 6 months straight. She had the option to keep them or not. If she didn't like them, they'd send her 5 more girls for free. So now guess who got a raise because she was able to pay? Me. Okay. So make yourself valuable to get that extra bread. And if you have to work 2 jobs or whatever, you have to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? If you got to do hair, babysit, whatever you got to do on the side to get that money so you could save up to have assets, so assets can pay for all your expenses instead of your income. That is that simple. It's that easy.
Yeah. So, but Davida, like, because we running out of we going down the time. What would be your advice to people that are trying to, I guess set themselves up or set their kids up down the line to be financial.
Tell them about the credit card.
This is what I'm giving her
Oh
opportunity.
yeah. No, I just want to mention it, but I forgot.
But I guess give your advice on how people can be set themselves up to be financially free, or if they're late, or maybe put their kids in a position to be financially free, or put their kids off to a good start. I just give people some advice that you may have for them.
Okay, so most credit cards offer what is called an authorized user. I actually have my children as authorized users on my credit card. So that means that as my credit is growing and my score is increasing, now keep in mind, children under 18 don't have credit scores, but they do have credit reports, which when they turn 18 will generate into a score. but you can make your child an authorized user on your credit card, and you're building a profile for them, a credit profile. So before they even turn 18, they already have a score. You know, so
That's
yeah,
good.
Yeah, I
yeah.
had seen on your
That's good.
I saw on your website that you had your children had their own card with their names on it. And how old are your kids?
So my youngest is 1, and my oldest is 2.
They only got credit card with their name on it. Oh
And,
wow.
yep. And
Yes,
I
with their
use
name
it
on
like
it.
when I go to the store to shop for clothes or the corner store, whatever. I use their card for them. But yeah, it's their own credit card.
Y'all hear that?
Yep.
Get with it.
Yep.
Holla at her.
But like she said, like it doesn't necessarily it builds a report, but as far as they score, it won't
It'll be
show until they're
perfect for-
18.
So by the time they're 18, they'll have a perfect score.
That's what I'm
Wow.
saying.
And it's all because of your credit. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's like they're piggybacking off of your credit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see what you're doing, guys. Y'all be setting y'all kids up for financial comfortability. They'll be 18, going to college, credit score high, and if you're teaching them, they won't mess it up. You'll teach them how. If you're teaching them now, they'll know by then.
Yeah.
You know how to handle everything. It's very important, y'all.
No,
It's very,
and
very important.
I'm just hearing it. And I think that's very good because me personally, I'm a person that's very sincere about my credit. So like right now, what she's telling me, I'm gonna go back and put my kids on my credit card because I know I'm gonna pay my bills. So why not put them in a position,
Yup.
you know, to piggyback, like I said, piggyback off my credit, and they can benefit the benefits. So by the time they hit 18 or whatever, okay, you start now. Okay, now go run. But this is what the people, you know, that's wealthy. This is what they do. Like, you know, and we just got to start putting ourselves in these same situations. Those of us that, you know, take our credit seriously or take, you know, trying to put our kids in a better position.
Or
so
want to
whenever-
start taking
yeah,
their
so
credit
like, yeah,
seriously.
I want to start because let me tell you this: it's never too late. Never too late to start preparing yourself or getting yourself financially straight. I don't care if you're 50, whatever time you got left on this earth, go on and get yourself situated. Or if it's not necessary that you put your kids, grandkids, whatever in that position where they can be situated. Because I believe, me personally, the more we go into this world and this society, this credit thing is going to get deeper and deeper. It's not so much that cash you got on hand. You know, cash is going to be good, but it's not going to be so good. Like, though it's all cards, swipe, swipe, swipe. You know, and you know the debit thing is cool, but it's like it's gonna come down to credit. Like, you know, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, you're right because credit is essential. You can't buy a home without it. You, apartments nowadays, you have to have
Apartments, jobs
600
too.
Jobs are checking
Jobs.
in.
Yeah.
Like credit is
Yeah.
is to the point where you need credit for everything. So
Yeah.
it's your reputation basically. It's
Mm-hmm.
basically showing lenders the type of person you are financially. If you're a person who pay your bills on time and things like that. That's why when you go to a car dealership, before you can even purchase a car, they got to check your credit score.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if it's not up to par, then you know there's not
They
much
want
they can
they
do.
want to see you responsible.
Yeah.
Bottom line, responsible, disciplined enough to, okay, we're gonna give you this $30,000-$40,000 car, and we may require you $3,000 down. Now, who favors that? That's in your favor because if you don't walk away, I got the car now. I got to chase you down to get the car. So I'm giving you a $37,000 loan. I need to know that I'm gonna be able to get my money back.
Exactly.
You know, so I need to see that you're responsible. But we gonna let Faith.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my poem, but I wanted Davita to give your name, let them know what your,
Oh, yeah.
your Facebook,
Yeah.
your Instagram. Y'all holler at her so she can
Also,
help you
I
guys
guess
out.
she gonna give it, but then I guess too,
I'm gonna post it.
we're gonna post
card
it so you
up.
can get with her, you know. And she does credit repair. She does help, you know. Like I said, inbox her and she can tell you everything she do. But she does good work.
All right.
Okay, you want me to
No, go. Do
Go
you.
ahead.
Do you.
Okay. So on Facebook, my name is Davida Dennis. It's spelled Davida. Last name Dennis, Dennis. That's my Facebook. Instagram, I have a personal page and a business page. My business page is incredible. So it's spelled IN period credit period then bull BLA. I'll put
cute.
that. Yeah, I'll just
Yes,
put it.
we're gonna put it on the
Yeah,
on
so
the
y'all
live.
reach out to her.
Y'all can reach out to
she
her.
do Zoom.
Yeah.
All of that. So you know, cause Corona.
Yeah.
She'll
Yeah,
meet
so
with you
and-
too, as long as you wear your mask and everything. But those who y'all can't reach each other, she do Zoom.
Yeah, so Zoom, FaceTime, or even just phone consultations. So, yeah, and they're free too.
Okay.
So holla.
Definitely get your credit right. You know, get yourself established. But go ahead, Faith. Get
All
your,
right,
get
so
your
I wrote a poem on financial literacy. Could y'all believe it? So you gotta hear it. You hear him? He doubt the skills. I'm using my God gift talent. God gave me this gift. I didn't go to school for it. So it's easy. It's like, no. All right. There it go right there.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, me. It's like, nah, y'all. Financial, financial comfortability starts with financial literacy. Assets, expenses, liability, and income. Handle right will lead to financial freedom. It's valuable to have at least 5 income streams. This will allow you to make money while you dream. Being financially stable is the ultimate goal. It's the setup for once you retire and become old. Most people exchange time for money. It's called a job. But when you're not able to work, what are your survival odds? The objective is to save, to invest, cut expenses, and build your assets. Focus on ending liabilities so you can gain financial security. There are always money to be made: stocks, bonds, business trades. When building for yourself, there is no room for excuses. You must extend your execution. Your financial future is in your hands. It's up to you if you want to remain poor or become a rich woman or man. The wealthy dress poor but own so much more. They use their assets for expenses, never touching their money, must I mention. On the other hand, I'm trying to understand why the poor looking good but ain't going nowhere, spending their income without a financial care. Remember, both are teaching their kids their financial habits. This explains why some get it and others can't grasp it. Financial literacy is where it starts. Get yourself educated, then go get your part. Trust me, it's an epiphany once you start to desire financial comfortability. By Faith Brown.
That was very creative. I like how you got your creativity on in that one. And
What you mean? It was all right. I'm trying to tell you, I'm dope.
I
You don't
that,
want
I like
to
that.
accept that.
But
I'm
you
dope.
know,
It's like, I hope y'all
definitely-
liked it. Though.
I mean, definitely, I know sometimes a lot of people go back into the comments, they hear it later, and like I said, if you something that you want to discuss, even Davita, she would be in there in the chats.
Yeah, y'all know if we missed
know,
anybody questions or comments, I always come
discuss
back.
it. We go back
and holler at y'all.
and because sometimes some people miss it, but also go and subscribe to our YouTube page.
Definitely. Let me say
Subscribe.
that to them.
Right.
Okay. So right now, the studio is a liability for us, right? So if y'all go subscribe, our YouTube will be an asset for us. Help us help you. All right.
But
Love y'all.
but we definitely appreciate y'all.
All right. I'll see y'all next week. We're gonna have something else dope. Tune in and share, and subscribe.
Yeah, man.